Coming to you live from Nairobi, Kenya, this is TV 47 Weekend. To topics this evening. Tonight.
Umesikia kutoka sasa kanisa, kila mtu alipe ushuru.
You must pay your tax. President William Ruto tells Kenyans, says this is the only way to achieve financial freedom. Also tonight, Azimio leader Raila Odinga to talk about the 2022 election at the Kamukunji grounds on Monday.
Wale ambao sasa wanataka kufufua mambo ya mwaka jana, tunawaambia wapoe kidogo.
This as Speaker Wetangula tells him to tone down on the matter. Plus, Irene Karimi appointed Hustler Fund board chair ahead of the second launch of the microloan set to be unveiled in February. Good evening and welcome to the broadcast. Catherine Simoloi is on the sign language interpretation. My name is Stanley Yeringita. Later on, we'll be speaking to the CEC of Public Matters Public in Kilifi County to keep us up to speed on the Watamu tragedy. But first, the top story. President William Ruto has urged Kenyans to pay their taxes to enable the government fulfill its mandate. Speaking in Kitale, Trans Nzoia County during the consecration of Bishop Henry Odonyo, the head of state assured farmers that the country has enough fertilizer ahead of the next planting season. Isaac Famba begins our bulletin.
The revival of the economy has been termed as the government clerical college day, with President William Ruto promising better the economy. The head of state has urged Kenyans to support his approach of increasing the tax base, adding that it is individual obligation, saying this is the only way to ensure financial freedom.
Every Kenyan should pay their part of taxes so that the state can have the money to make sure every child of Kenya goes to school without burdening their parents. Thank you very much for making that statement on my behalf. I've been looking for people to support my paying tax program. So mumesikia kutoka sasa kanisa, kila mtu alipe ushuru.
Speaking during the consecration of Bishop Henry Odonyo in Kitale, Trans Nzoia County, President William Ruto also assured the farmers that the country has enough fertilizer ahead of the planting season, Ruto promising to deliver 6 million bags of fertilizer to farmers this planting season.
Mimi nataka niwahakikishie ya kwamba serikali ya Kenya itasimama na nyinyi kama wakulima. Tayari tuko na mbolea mifuko milioni 4 ambayo tutawasaidia muweze kuendesha kilimo, tuzalishe chakula. We will have another 2 million bags for top dressing, and therefore we are fully prepared for this planting season because we want to support our farmers so that we can eliminate the shame of hunger in our country.
Ruto at the same time urged leaders to take common stand on the matter of development, noting that his administration will serve Kenyans equally.
Sote tuliopata nafasi hiyo ya kuwa viongozi awamu hii, tutaungana, tutashirikiana, tutafanya kazi pamoja bila ya kujali mipaka ya chama ama sehemu, ili tuweze kunufaisha wananchi wote wa taifa letu la Kenya.
Bishop Martin Kivuva of Mombasa urged leaders to forget about the last general election, saying it was now time to serve Kenyans.
The nations are coming together. The tribes are come together. Even ushindi wa kura haukuwa ni kabila moja, ilikuwa ni vyama viliungana. So let's walk the world of partnerships.
Bishop Odonyo was consecrated at the Bishop Kitale Diocese, taking over from Bishop Maurice Kuroli, who retired. Isaac Famba, TV47, Trans Nzoia County.
And meanwhile, leaders allied to the Azimio coalition insist that coalition leader Raila Odinga won the August 2022 elections. The Azimio leader is next Monday expected to hold a public rally at the Kamukunji grounds in what has been touted as the People's Baraza, where he is expected to shed more light on the whistleblowers' allegations on alleged election rigging plot in August 2022. And as Paul Kirobi reports, Speaker of the National Assembly Moses Wetangula has urged Azimio leader to accept defeat and move on.
The recent political statement by Azimio leaders regarding the 2022 presidential election continue to elicit mixed reactions across the political divide, with leaders allied to the Azimio coalition insisting that Raila Odinga won the elections.
Mambo mazito sana juu ya uchaguzi ambao ulipita. Lazima sisi kama wananchi wa Kenya tuamue kama tunataka demokrasia ama tunataka mambo ya hulagai. Yaani tunatumia tu, nasikia mzee mmoja pale alisema wewe gavana ulimshinda na kura 2 tu. Yeah. Either we are serious about these things or we are not. Going forward, this is a serious nation.
However, National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula has scoffed at the opposition leaders, urging them to accept defeat and move on. Speaking during the ordination of Kitale Bishop Henry Odonya, Wetangula urged Kenyans to unite and focus on developing the nation.
Nakubaliana na rafiki yangu Kivuva kwamba wale ambao sasa wanataka kufufua mambo ya mwaka jana tunawaambia wapoe kidogo. We want to move forward and meet the challenges of the day.
Sentiments that were echoed by former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko.
Walishindwa mchana, walipotozwa, wakadanganywa, maovu ya Wakenya waliofanyiwa, mimi nikiwa mmoja yao, watu kuwekwa makorokoroni sababu hawakusikizana na rais alienda Mheshimiwa Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Wakenya walikasirika na wakaona yale maovu ambayo mlifanyia Wakenya, na wakawajibu, wakawaangusha mchana, na rais akachaguliwa, na sasa ndio rais amekalia kiti. Yoyote yale mnayofanya, hiyo ni treason na mnaweza kufungwa jela maisha.
This as former Mwingi MP Joe Mutambu urged the Azimio leaders to tone down on the matter and shift focus on keeping the government in check.
Now, how do they come today and sit down and tell Raila, you won? They actually, Jubilee never cared about Raila. They never cared about its votes. They were only concentrating about themselves. Wiper was very busy concentrating about its votes, and that's why Wiper garnered so many members of parliament.
Meanwhile, Azimio One Kenya leader Raila Odinga is expected to hold a rally at the Kamukunji grounds on Monday. In a statement to newsrooms, Raila spokesperson Dennis Onyango said Raila, who is in South Africa, is expected to jet back in the country on Monday, where he will directly head to the Kamukunji grounds, where he is set to engage the public on the recent disclosure on the alleged 2022 election rigging. Paul Kirobi, TV47.
And away from politics, President William Ruto has appointed Irene Karimi as the chairperson of the Hustler Fund Advisory Board. The board's mandate is to provide oversight on the administration of the Hustler Fund, as Flora Limuki tells us.
Ahead of the launch of the second phase of the Hustler Fund kit in February, that will see small and micro-medium enterprises and members of cooperatives get loans of between 100,000 to 2.5 million shillings, President William Ruto has appointed Irene Karimi as the non-executive chairperson of the Financial Inclusion Fund, dubbed Hustler Fund Board, for a term of 3 years. In the Gazette notice, MSME Cabinet Secretary Simon Chelugui has appointed 3 people to the fund's board. The 3 are Lawrence Kibet Chelimo, Paul Dore Musimi, and Hadlin Lusui. As per regulations on the management of the fund that were published in December 2022, the Hustler Fund Board is expected to have an 8-member advisory board. The regulations said the fund would have a non-executive chairperson appointed by the president.
It is the 1,000 and the 500 that 80% of Kenyans are looking for to transform their lives.
A sneak preview of Karimi's 30-year background shows that she has worked with multinationals such as USAID Kenya, Chemonix International, PricewaterhouseCoopers, and Kenya Investment Mechanism, among others. Says Chelugui also tapped the experience of Lawrence Kibet Chelimo, who boasts of 16 years experience in treasury, tax, applied intelligence, financial reporting and analysis, strategic planning, and corporate development functions.
No, hadi shilingi 50,000.
Also joining the fund's board is Paul Musiemi, a lawyer by profession and an unwavering supporter of President William Ruto and the Kenya Kwanza administration. Musiemi holds a Master's of Law degree from the University of Nairobi. The source of money diverted to the loan project has been at the center of the political discussions. A supplementary budget will be presented before Parliament when the House reconvenes in February. Flora Limuki, TV 47.
And as the dust begins to settle on the just released 2022 KCSE examination results, Archangels Kanyuri Day Secondary School in Mbeere North, Embu County is still in a celebratory mood after 39 of their students qualified to join university. Now, the school management and parents have credited the unusual and different methods that they employed to ensure they get good results in last year's exams.
At Archangels Day Secondary School in Mbeere North, Embu County, it's all celebrations and jubilations as the school management, parents and students express satisfaction with the results produced in 2022, despite the challenges they faced while preparing for the examinations. Out of 180 students that sat KCSE, 39 managed to score C+ and above to enable them join universities. Francis Nyaga Tagishu is the school principal.
Hii mwaka tumefanya vizuri kuliko mwaka mwingine wote ule. Tangu hii shule ianze miaka 10 iliyopita, hatujaweza kupeleka watoto wengi university kama vile tumefanya saa hii. Tunapeleka 39 students the university. Mwaka uliopita tulikuwa na 20. Kwa hivyo ni kama tume multiply by 2.
The school separated the classes for boys and girls with an aim of creating a stiff competition between the two genders and ultimately pushing the students to work hard. The school also provided the students with meals from breakfast to lunch and even dinner to ensure they stay in school for the whole day since the area has been hit hard by the ongoing drought.
Watoto wetu tumewagawanya mara mbili, vijana na wasichana, ndio kuwe na competition. Na kulingana na sisi Mponi tumeona hiyo competition imesaidia sana kwa sababu walikuwa wanang'ang'ana wasichana kwa vijana.
Watoto wote wanakula lunch hapa, breakfast ni hapa, hata supper ni hapa. Na fees ile tunalipa ni kidogo.
And due to the effects of drought, parents who are unable to raise school fees were given manual jobs at the school to cater for their children's tuition.
Hakuna mtoto anafukuzwa shule. Hata yule mzazi ya jiwezi anapatiwa na kazi hapa ya kufanya ndio mtoto awe ako shule.
Kama wamepewa kuku, ikitaka mayai, hiyo mayai wanaileta hapa inauzwa, alafu wanapatiwa hiyo pesa inaingizwa kwa school fees.
The top student Charity Mukami says the measures taken by the school helped her improve from 250 marks that she scored in KCPE to a B plain in Form 4, urging other learners to embrace local and day schools where they still have an equal opportunity to excel with other prestigious schools.
This chance that I have gotten, I will be able to be a teacher like I've always wanted to be.
Sylvia Nyongesa, TV 47.
Well, thank you for that. And once again, congratulations to all KCSE 2022 KCSE candidates. Now, we're taking a short break. Remember, we'll be having that particular conversation with the CEC Public Service and Disaster Management in Kilifi County, that is Falcon Kaingu via a phone. Now, take a short break. We'll be right back with that.
TV 47, the home of untold stories. Your health matters, and Body Garage is here to guide you on it.
Someone's, after using the medication, the virus number of the HIV in someone's body will start to go.
My medication, wherever I go, I must make sure I'm committed to my medication. Yes. And I should watch what I'm eating. I should not just eat or from everywhere or not just eat anything.
We talk mental, physical, and spiritual health. Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m.
Are you looking for a distinguished institution of academic and professional excellence to kickstart your career? Then join KIPS Technical College, a top-NEC, CASNEB and NEET examination center in Kenya that is fully accredited by TVET Authority with over 90% national exam pass rate. We offer high-quality, hands-on training in engineering, hospitality, tourism, journalism, ICT, business, accounting, hairdressing and beauty, health sciences, community development and foreign language, and have placed over 26,000 graduates since 1994. Our state-of-the-art equipment, well-equipped workshops, indoor and outdoor sports facilities make us the preferred choice.
During my training, I was able to become Miss KIPS, which has helped me to achieve my goals in community development.
Admissions for January 2023 intake is ongoing. For more information, call 0720-813-113 or visit any of our 6 campuses located within Nairobi. KIPS Technical College, your sure path to success.
Watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
Right, you're watching TV 47 Weekend, and as promised, that particular phone interview. Now, 3 people, including a 5-year-old child, have died after their boat capsized in Watamu Beach, that is in Kilifi County. It is alleged that the boat that was carrying 15 foreign and some Kenyan tourists capsized when the tourists were out in the ocean watching dolphin. We're now joined live on phone by the CEC Public Service and Disaster Management, Kilifi County, that is Felkin Kaingu, for the latest updates. Good evening, sir. Thank you for creating time for us. What time did the incident happen?
This incident was reported to us at 10 in the morning, 10 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so far, how many people have lost their lives at the moment?
So far, we have confirmed 3 have lost their lives. We are still, tomorrow we stopped the operation because we've confirmed that there's still 1 person missing. So the operations to check on the body will continue tomorrow. So I hope in due course tomorrow we should be able to confirm on the missing body.
All right, and how many agencies right now are working so that they can actually find the body and basically recuperating those who are nursing injuries?
We have our own county team which is on site, but I said we have just called off the searching because of the darkness, the visibility has become a problem. But tomorrow, so we also have the KWS officers who are also there who will help us tomorrow. We also have private volunteers who are also helping us in searching the remaining bodies.
All right, and were there any foreigners on board, or maybe any foreigners who are part of the casualties?
There were 15 of them, but the report we've received is that they have basically been rescued safely, and none of them is in a very bad state because our doctors have taken care of them, and everything is in control.
Okay, and the consulates, have they reached out to you and to confirm if the foreigners are okay?
The foreigners are okay. We don't have any serious problem of injury because our hospitals, they've been taken to the hospitals for checkups and they're okay. All of them are okay.
All right. And do you see, basically in Kilifi and that particular area of Watamu, do you see most of these cases? Do they happen a lot?
No, this is the first case this year, and even last year we didn't have such a case because these are very rare cases to occur. And we always ensure that the surveillance from the county government is always on top. But sometimes things happen. They're just normal accidents. But we have tried our best to ensure that the safety rules are followed at the beach. We've also done a lot of training. We also man the beaches. We also ensure that there's compliance to the safety rules in the beach. And we also have boats which do patrol the seas.
Right.
So these occurrences are very rare. They're very rare.
Right, thank you. You touched on something that I was getting to, the training bit. How do you do the training bit? Do you also train the people who are going to swim there? How does the training go about?
We normally have programs in the county where we get divers, we get people who are involved in sea security, beach security. So most of them, as far as we are concerned, we have so many volunteers, so many volunteer organizations at the beach, which we normally do civic education first to any beach user. Then we do open trainings to anybody who is willing to get the skills of sea survival. So there's a lot of civic education and training which is going to members of the public in the county.
Right, and finally, your last words, and maybe to us as a CC, your last words, sir?
I want to say we are going to ensure that the safety rules in the beaches are followed to the letter. We shall also try to put our patrols in order. We shall put more resources in terms of purchase of boats, so that we ensure that the safety of any person who goes to the beach is basically ensured, so that such instances are do not occur.
Right, thank
anymore.
you. Right, thank you for your sir, and have yourself a good evening. That is Felkin Kaingu speaking to us live via phone, the CEC of Matters Public Service and Management of that particular county. And just to update you once again, 3 people have lost their lives after Watamu tragedy. We'll be keeping our eyes and ears on the ground to tell you what is happening later on in our subsequent bulletins, even tomorrow. To Matters Health, as the world commemorates Cervical Cancer Awareness Month this January, it is evident that Kenya is still grappling with the increase in cases of cervical cancer, which is posing a serious threat to women's reproductive health, with the main concern being misdiagnosis, which leads to late detection of the disease. Elizabeth Atieno now reports.
Over 16.8 million women in Kenya are at risk of being diagnosed with cervical cancer. More than 5,000 women are diagnosed with the disease annually in the country. The most painful part is that 3,211 women die every year due to cervical cancer in the country. But there are those women who have stood the test of time and have since managed to escape death by a whisker. At the Texas Cancer Center in Nairobi, a group of cervical cancer survivors are dancing to the tunes of what they term as a second chance in life. 60-year-old Mercy Wamboye is one of the survivors, and now takes us back the memory lane to the year 2017 when things took a fresh twist.
Nilikuwa tu na celebrate hiyo siku, exam ilitoka ya mtoto wangu. Sasa nikaanza beleni, nilikuwa nimeanza kubleed, lakini nikienda hosi nilikuwa naambiwa ati ni hormones zina change. Tena hiyo siku ndio niende hosi, ilitoka nyingi sana sababu ilikuwa jioni kidogo. Sasa ile nasimama hivi tu ilikuwa inatoka anawea, husikii hata kuumwa. Nikauliza huyo daktari wa lab imesema nini, akakosa kuniambia. Nikaangalia bahasha nikaona haijafungwa, nikatoa hivi, daktari akapiga U-turn. Mimi nikaona Mercy Wamboye cancer stage 2B. Nikamuuliza hii ndio ulikuwa unanificha?
33-year-old Lucy Atieno, now a cancer survivor, was diagnosed in February 2022. It all began as a urinary tract infection. She visited different health facilities for months until April the same year when everything came to light.
The diagnosis was done, the results came out, and the results came out that the cervical cancer was in stage 1. I waited for 2 weeks, and fortunately the pathology results came back that the cervical cancer had spread to my lymph nodes, and so I needed to do radiotherapy, chemotherapy and brachytherapy for total healing.
Both Wamboye and Atieno had a similar experience in terms of misdiagnosis, a situation that decreased their chances of survival.
And when I went for to seek for treatment. I was always told that I had cervicitis. Another diagnosis, I can't remember so well, but it was just a series of wrong diagnosis.
Na bleed, naenda hospitali, napewa madawa. Mara ya mwisho nilienda nikadungwa shindano, nikaambiwa sasa tutakudunga shindano ambao itakausha kabisa. Unataka watoto wengine? Nikawaambia hapana, sitaki watoto. Nikadungwa shindano sasa. Hizo 2 weeks kuisha na dawa nikapewa. Hapo mahali inaanzanga bado ikaanza tena.
Cervical cancer is the second most common type of cancer after breast cancer. Women between 35 and 49 years and those living with HIV and AIDS are said to be 5 to 6 times more likely to develop cervical cancer. Dr. Catherine Nyongesa is an oncologist and founder of the Texas Cancer Center. She now paints a clear picture of Kenya's current outlook on cervical cancer.
We do have newer methods of treating cancer. We call them immunotherapy, and immunotherapy is even more costly than just the conventional chemotherapy. I can quote, there's a study which was done some time back, and it showed that on average, a cancer patient, if you look through that journey, up to the time they even reach the oncologist and get treatment, it can cost in hundreds of thousands, close to 400,000.
Some signs and symptoms of cervical cancer include vaginal bleeding during or after intercourse, bleeding between periods or after menopause, watery, bloody vaginal discharge that may be heavy and have a foul smell, and persistent back, leg, or pelvic pain.
Apart from the UTI infections, I also used to have vaginal discharge, and I used also to have painful sexual intercourse that made it so uncomfortable. I couldn't even contain it even for a minute.
HPV vaccination is said to be the best way to prevent cervical cancer. The vaccine, currently available free of charge in all government facilities, is given in 2 doses to girls aged between 10 to 14 years. Another prevention strategy is regular screening for women between 25 and 49 years, which involves testing for human papillomavirus infection to detect pre-cancer and cancer, followed by appropriate treatment. According to statistics from World Health Organization, in 2020, more than 600,000 women were diagnosed with cervical cancer, with over 300,000 people losing their lives in the same period.
Unfortunately, when one has cancer, depending on the stage, the chances of you going much earlier is higher, and that is why we recommend that if you have cancer, you go for treatment.
The Ministry of Health is now working round the clock to reach the 90-70-90 target set by the WHO, which seeks to ensure that 90% of girls are fully vaccinated with the HPV vaccine by the age of 15. 70% of women are screened, and 90% of women with cervical disease receive treatment. Elizabeth Atieno, TV47, Nairobi.
Right, thank you for that particular extensive report, Elizabeth Atieno, and we'll definitely be keeping you up to speed on and giving you more stories about the cervical cancer awareness this particular January and even other months that follow on matters that particular cancer. And we'll definitely be taking a look at the wonderful world of sports after this short break.
TV47, the home of untold stories.
Are you looking for a distinguished institution of academic and professional excellence to kickstart your career? Then join KIPS Technical College, a top-NEC, CASNEB and NEET examination center in Kenya that is fully accredited by TVET Authority with over 90% national exam pass rate. We offer high-quality, hands-on training in engineering, hospitality, tourism, journalism, ICT, business, accounting, hairdressing and beauty, health sciences, community development and foreign language, and have placed over 26,000 graduates since 1994. Our state-of-the-art equipment, well-equipped workshops, indoor and outdoor sports facilities make us the preferred choice.
During my training, I was able to become a SCIPS, which has helped me to achieve my goals in community development.
Admissions for January 2023 intake is ongoing. For more information, call 0720-813-113 or visit any of our 6 campuses located within Nairobi. KIPS Technical College, your sure path to success.
Sona moja imetengenezwa kwa njia spesheli ili kupambana na maumivu kwa haraka. Sona moja ina aspirin kama kiungo. Sona moja, kitulizo kamili. Maumivu yakizidi, pata ushauri wa daktari.
Trisent School of Medical Health Science and Technology is a premier training institute for market-driven courses. With state-of-the-art facilities, competent and dedicated members of staff, and linkages with the medical industry, you are assured of a bright future when you study with us. Enroll today in our campuses at Juja, Nairobi West, Kisumu, and Homa Bay.
Usienda nayo huko ndani, unaacha hapo kwa luggage ndio uingie.
Niwache kwa luggage namna gani nataka kutumia huko ndani? Nimekuja na hii gani ndio inatumika? Hii paketi ama hii kuchota? Kwani serious hii? Bwana wacheni mchezo bwana. Nini nyinyi?
Karibu customer. Hizi bidhaa unaziacha pale kwenye luggage ndipo sasa ufanye shopping kwa supermarket yetu. Kuchota ni kufanya shopping pekee.
Ni kufanya shopping.
Sema na Hetia Supermarket ndio best. Kwa mara nyingine tena, Hetia Supermarket inakuletea chota kuchota na Hetia Supermarket. Ushiriki shindano la chota kuchota karibu nawe Kitale, Bungoma, Eldoret, Kakamega, Kisumu, Busia, Naivasha, Limuru, Nairobi, Thika, Nyeri, Meru, Chuka na Maua. Nunua bidhaa ya shilingi 600 na zaidi na utapewa raffle ticket. Jaza vizuri na utumbukize kwa sanduku iliyo mlangoni. Utakuwa umeingia kwa draw ya kujishindia zawadi Daihatsu Mira, pikipiki 21 aina ya TVS, 1130 school fees, TVS, shopping vouchers na vingine vingi.
Ni huku. Saidia bibi.
Chota kuchota imethaminiwa na Iwe Bacon, Savannah Juice Fruit Vial, My Choice Hand Wash, Zesta Choco Primo, Ketepa, Blue Band, Aramco, Oven Fresh Bread, Nivea, Silent Night Mattresses, Coca-Cola pamoja na Hisense. Shindano hili limeidhinishwa na BCLB permit number 002816. Sheria na masharti kutumika.
Chota kuchota na Hetia Supermarket, na hii motokaa gari smart kabisa inaweza kuwa yako. Unangoja nini? Ingia, fanya shopping yako Hetia Supermarket, uchoto kuchote na hii kari, hii motokaa inaweza kuwa yako. Mtu anaweza pesa kwa busi.
Hetia Supermarket, a world of choice.
Imagine starting your academic journey here at the foot of Mount Kenya. A place where you can call home. A place where we celebrate our diversity and uniqueness. A place where you can be at your best, at work and at play. That place is Embu College. There's no better place to make the difference than Embu College. Karibu Embu College, where a holistic education of soft living.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.